My name is Mae Chapman. I am Louisiana film casting director with Mae Chapman Casting, but there are other stories and other hats that I wear. I am also 20-year Army veteran with the United States Army Reserve right now, and I'm presently still in. I am actually the Levette Corps navigator for Delgado Community College, and where I help student veterans, also dependents of veterans with their educational journey. I am also, as I said, many hats. I am also a Loyola student, and where I plan on focusing on law, actually more focused on becoming an entertainment attorney. Everyone asks, who is Mae Chapman? Well, homegrown New Orleans. I attended Holy Ghost Catholic School, also attending Xavier University Preparatory High School, which is now known as Catherine Drexel Prep. How did Xavier Prep hold a significant uphold in my life? Because of the great leadership of the brothers and sisters of the Blessed Sacrament, the nuns and the priests and everybody that made sure that we get the proper education. I am now who I am today, a very successful Black woman. Ventured out with the military, actually becoming involved with overseas travels, along with helping other junior soldiers to let them know what Black leadership looks like, because I now stand as a staff sergeant moving on to Sergeant First Class. In my junior year, to speak to a recruiter, and to join the Army National Guard. I wanted to make sure that my mom wasn't bombarded with financial responsibilities because she raised us as a single parent. And I did not want to be an extra burden on her. My mother actually wanted me to attend Xavier University, but because of state funding and all, and federal funding, that HBCU was not covered under at that time. So I decided to go to University of Southwestern Louisiana, USL, but now they call it ULL. And I studied education over there. I wound up leaving the Lafayette, Louisiana area and moved to Mamou, Louisiana, which is a little country town about an hour away from Lafayette, and where I actually worked for the school system. Worked with 7 to 8 graders who were behavior disorder students. Upon me helping those students at Mamou High School, I then later on ventured out into the hobbies that a lot of people didn't know, was I always was on stage. I was either in front of the camera or either on stage. I also played the piano. I also sing. While at prep, jazz singer Jermaine Basil, she was the one that taught us vocal. She taught us how to play the piano. When I got in college, I decided to go ahead and venture off into theater, where I worked with world famous, I say world famous, I always mess with Dr. Alexander Marshall. He actually helped me hone my skills in the art department as far as being on stage, being working stage plays, working behind the scenes, on developing my skills as a director. It just helped me along the way to find out what talent actually looked like. Right after Hurricane Katrina, and the film industry moved into New Orleans area, I was approached by someone, and they mentioned, hey, have you heard about the film industry moving into Louisiana? There's a meeting that they're having in Baton Rouge in reference to, would you mind going? There I met some fantastic people, Susie Labrie, who works in Baton Rouge. I also met up with this great guy who kind of pulled me to the side, and he realized that I brought all these people with me from Lafayette, Louisiana. His name was Wayne Douglas Morgan, who happens to be a film producer. So he said, well, I'm starting this company called Louisiana Producers, and I need a leg in Lafayette. I agreed to what he wanted to do, and I became one of his legs in Lafayette. I started off with 7 people, inviting those from all over the place, from Los Angeles, come speak, until my organization grew from 7 people to 1,000. And so it was remarkable. I got a phone call from Wayne Douglas Morgan with Tommy Lee Jones and John Goodman, actually needing somebody to help out with background casting. So they said, Mae, you're doing a great job, and you probably don't even realize it, but the meetings you having and all these people you coming, to your meetings, they could possibly work as background. I said, that's fine. I said, well, how long do you need me to work on this project? And I said, let me get back with you on that, because I'm a school teacher and there's no way possible that I can leave the school system for 3 months. I said, let me talk to my administrator. He said, I'll be wrong as an administrator to tell you not to follow your dreams. I wrote the letter of resignation and I walked by faith on that particular set that I would put 864 people on set. So never again will anyone tell me what I can and cannot do. For the longest, I've always told my kids that if you ask for something, you believe it, you shall receive it. I decided for my career that I was going to step out on faith and open my company. I opened Chapman Casting Company. When I did that, I did not know that I made history. I marked for the state of Louisiana to be the first African-American female casting director to open a film casting company. And my very first project for Chapman Casting Company just so happened to be with Oprah Winfrey Network. The list goes on and on. They flew me out to Los Angeles. I decided to leave the National Guard to give me some space. I also had the opportunity to work for Cupid, a guy named Cupid Shuffle. I helped him along the way. I actually coordinated my very first world tour for Cupid, and for him to perform for the U.S. soldiers, and where he was able to travel not only to Africa, but to Bahrain, all over the place. I just moved by faith. Now, today, I am working for Louisiana Department of Veteran Affairs as a LeVet Corps navigator, and where I help students and also dependents of veterans to get to their next level. So I'm a mother of 4 children and 2 great grandkids, Violette and Braxton. Once again, my name is Mae Chapman, and thank you for watching Noble Digital Magazine.